Forward, not fetal. My daily vlog. Um, I really enjoy when I start with an I'm very bad at that kind of vocal gesticulation that I a lot. So I'm gonna try and work on that. And then I immediately do it. It's funny. It's like, things that you just do. Pretty sure the current nap that the kid is taking is a lie. But I'm just gonna roll with it and hope that he actually gets a little sleep because he was just acting cranky and tired, and it's sort of like, kid, go on bed already. So I have been watching. They're called dirty pours. It's a form of painting where you take a bucket and you use flow medium. Floetrol, I guess, is really popular, and paint and water and a big thing and a cup, and you pour it all the colors in one, and you pour it on the canvas, and you can use additives and stuff so that the layers like disperse and you get bubbles, and they call it cells, and it's really beautiful. And I have a couple of big canvases and I have some small canvases, and I also just have like some stuff I've been thinking about wanting to do is kind of like art for our home, but also like art for the playroom, and stuff that like I would think was really cool when I was a kid, but just also is like cool and stuff, and also like family based. So I've been thinking about doing like a dirty pour background, and then doing like the outline silhouette of the kid's head, and then like Scott and I's heads, or like elephant. I'm not quite sure. I haven't quite made it that far, other than like watching them. But I was also trying to figure out like how would I just realized, oh, that's what happened yesterday. If I shift my focus, I make the camera get light and dark. I'll try not to wiggle. But anyway, I was trying to figure out like how would that work into the vlog, like sharing what I'm doing, because it'd be a long video, and I'm really trying to work on keeping these concise because ain't nobody want to sit and watch me talk for half an hour. So I was like, oh wait, well that's why they have like playlists, and like you can set things up in your channel. So if I decide to do some sort of DIY thing, I can have like a separate little series and be like, I'm gonna link to you, or link to you. If things flip, I don't really know. So I was just watching a really cool one of the dirty pours that just was really, really beautiful. And I'll link it was a video, so I'll link it. It's a pretty simple process. And so I feel pretty good about trying that. And weirdly, it's like there's some things I have a lot of emotional weight in, like writing. There's just a lot of stress around that can sometimes be quite the roadblock. Thus, I have not read, like, I had like a good burst of writing, and then I've just had like a lot of stuff around continuing. It's also like one part, like, he's a lot more constricted until I finish this room, which is gonna take a couple more days because of like moving stuff and cleaning stuff, and it's just more of a process than I was expecting, which is dumb because I should have expected it. I've done things before. I know that it does not take 2 days to do it. Anyway, doesn't matter. But I found the painting, like, I don't have any ego tied up in it at all. So, like, if it turns out ugly, I'm like, well, all right, I'm gonna scrape the paint off this and try something different. Whereas I have, like, a lot more emotional weight in writing and completing, and, like, that's, for whatever reason, I have a much harder time getting back into that. And it just requires a completely different part of my brain, so I am kind of hoping that by doing something, like, physical and beautiful, it will kind of help my brain kind of relax into sitting into writing, because it can be very hard to get my brain in that space. And I just thought I've switched between typing and longhand, and longhand's a pain in the butt because like you write it out and then you have to get it into the computer, and it's a whole extra process. But it also, what I'd read is that the act of physically handwriting activates your brain differently than typing. And so if you're struggling typing typing out your thoughts, that busting out a pen can just loosen or change. It just changes what your part of your brain you're using. So I might try that. I actually kind of forgot about that, I've forgotten about a lot of things. Anyway, so this is, I think this is 10. This is my 10th one. My 10th vlog. I'm still on my first cup of coffee, y'all. And this one is super, super longer than I meant to be. My goal is to, since I'm just going long now, my goal is to try and keep them between 2 and 4 minutes, because, like, I babble, keep it concise, keep it together, get in, get out. And then for, like, any other projects that I do, that I video, I can always do, like, a long form something that's like, let me explain my process here. Definitely having like a groggy week, so maybe what I have to work on tonight is getting to bed at a reasonable time, and just working on my sleep. Sleep is super important. This is where I think I'm supposed to be like if you like this video, you should hit like, and if you want to be a subscriber, you should subscribe. And if this is your first time watching, there should be a box somewhere around here that has a playlist of all my daily vlogs, so that if you really do want to hear me talk for half an hour, boom, all in one place. So I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I'm not actually sure what day it is. That kind of happens sometimes. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely rest of the week. I realized I said weekend yesterday, because that's what kind of day it's been. I don't know. Time is fluid. And, so hit like, subscribe, and say hi to my beautiful puppy who is joining us. Thanks for watching.